Have you ever heard a phrase in church from a Christian friend, or even in a sermon that sounded so spiritual, so true, that you just assumed Jesus must have said it? The problem is, many of those sayings never came from his mouth. And while they sound comforting, they actually distort the gospel. That's why today we're looking at 5 things Jesus never said, but many Christians still believe. And I want you to stick with me until the very end, because the 5th one, it's something that has affected all of us in one way or another. You might even realize you believed it yourself without knowing. Number 1, follow me and life will be easy. So many people believe that choosing Jesus means choosing comfort, that if you're a Christian, God will smooth out every path, remove every obstacle, and life will feel like a peaceful stroll. But Jesus never promised ease. What he actually said was this: if anyone wants to follow me, he must deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me. Matthew 16, verse 24. The cross was not a symbol of ease. It was an instrument of death. Following Jesus means surrender. Sometimes pain, sometimes loss, but always worth it. And in John 16, verse 33, he told us plainly, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." Christianity isn't the escape from storms. It's the anchor in the storms. 2, just be a good person. How many times have you heard this? Well, I'm a good person. I try to do the right thing. That should count for something, right? But Jesus never said, be good enough and you'll be saved. Instead, he told Nicodemus, who was already moral, religious, and respected, you must be born again. John 3, verse 3. Salvation isn't about polishing up the old self. It's about being made new by God's Spirit. Isaiah 64, verse 6 reminds us, all our righteous acts are like filthy rags. Even our best day can't cleanse our sin. That's why Jesus came, not to make good people better, but to make dead people alive. 3, if you have enough faith, nothing bad will happen. This one is sneaky because it sounds like trust and positivity, but it's not biblical. Jesus never said faith is a guarantee of a pain-free life. He said, the rain falls on the righteous and the wicked alike. Matthew 5, verse 45. Faith doesn't prevent storms. Faith sustains you in the storm. Think of the disciples in Matthew 8. They followed Jesus into the boat, and still a violent storm came. Faith didn't stop the waves, but faith kept them from being destroyed because Jesus was with them. So if hardship comes, it's not proof of weak faith. It's proof you're human, and it's the place God shows his strength. 4, I'll love you more when you get it right. This lie creeps in when we feel guilty, ashamed, or unworthy. The thought that God is just tolerating us until we finally get our act together. But Jesus never said that. Instead, Luke 19, verse 10 says, the Son of Man came to seek and save the lost. And Romans 5, verse 8 declares, God shows his love for us in this. While we were still sinners, Christ died for us. He doesn't love some future, fixed-up version of you. He loves you now, in the middle of your mess. His love is not a prize for the worthy. It's a gift for the unworthy. 5, if you believe in me, you'll never struggle again. Sometimes we imagine faith as a cure-all, that real Christians never doubt, never fear, never wrestle. But Jesus never said that. In fact, he told Peter in Luke 22, verses 31 to 32, Satan has asked to sift you like wheat, but I have prayed for you that your faith may not fail. Struggle is part of growth. Wrestling doesn't mean you lack faith. It means you're alive in the fight. The presence of struggle doesn't mean the absence of God. Often, it means his presence is stronger than ever. These phrases sound spiritual, but they are not the voice of Jesus. He never promised ease. He never rewarded performance. He never told us to earn his love or prove our worth. Instead, he calls us to trust him in suffering, be born again, receive his love freely, and walk with him daily, even through storms. And remember that 5th one we talked about, the idea that if you believe in him, you'll never struggle again? That lie has touched every one of us. Because if we're honest, we've all wrestled. We've all doubted. We've all felt like faith should make life smoother. But Jesus never condemned us for struggling. Instead, he prayed for us, he walked with us, and he showed us that struggle doesn't mean failure. It often means growth. The truth is this: Christianity is not about comfort. It's about transformation. It's not about avoiding trouble. It's about knowing Christ in the middle of it. And it's not about what you can do for God. It's about what God has already done for you in Christ. So let's stop repeating what Jesus never said and start holding tightly to what he actually said. Because his words don't just sound good, his words set us free.